I'm the one that left that band. I'm going to be on MTV News 1515.
This week, the return of the pop artifact formerly known as Ginger Spice. Right now, we're down outside of a Chinatown karaoke bar called Winnie's, where 2 years ago, thanks to a prank-prone producer of ours, I had a semi-humiliating encounter with all 5 members of the Spice Girls. That group subsequently slimmed down to a quartet, of course, following the abrupt departure of Ginger Spice, or Geri Halliwell, as she's once again allowed to be known, who's suddenly back under her own steam with an upcoming solo album and a solo single called Look at Me. Let's do that.
Where is Ginger gone? Where is Ginger gone?
Oh, Ginger, she is way gone. But wait a minute, Geri Halliwell is back.
I'm back! Right, for those who don't recognise me, I know I used to look like a drag queen.
I think the whole Ginger thing, you know, I think I became a caricature of my own self. And I think the pinnacle of that was at the previous MTV Awards when I was in that American flag thing. But actually, Ginger was a part of me. And, I think it's good to have a sense of humour about it. You have to have a sense of humour wearing some of the outfits that I wore.
Geri's sense of humor wore thin almost a year ago when she made her disappearing act and vanished from the Spice Girls just before a concert in Oslo.
She's a power girl.
I was in England when that whole Oslo incident
for God's
happened.
sake.
She's ill at the moment. She's very ill. But we want to say, tonight she will be there on stage with us anyway. Her spirit will be there.
I wasn't sick.
Right, well, that was one of the things they said, right? I mean, was it a pretty sudden snap decision, or?
Yes, it was. It was just one of those things when I felt like I was tested. Like, someone put a card down in front of me and say, prove it. Prove that you mean what you say in the last, 3 years that you said that you talk about girl power. Do you mean it? And yes, I do. Well, if you do, then jump. And so I had to jump. I had no choice.
Although there were many reasons that led to Geri's decision to leave the group, she says what finally pushed her over the edge was a scheduling conflict that kept her from doing an interview about breast cancer.
And suddenly I got a little bit angry because I just felt actually I'm meant to be the advocate of girl power. I'm meant to, preach on about this, and if I can't do that, then we're meant to be more than a band. I just felt like a hypocrite and a liar. So the only way I can make people understand is like a marriage, but actually more like a love affair. I had this intense love affair, and love affairs burn out.
To use the marriage analogy, just one step further, was there one of the 4 spouses in particular that there was a problem with?
I know what everyone's thinking. Right. At the end of the day, the relationship between me and Scary Spice was one that I would say she and I would have been friends whether we were in the band or not. We had a very, very strong relationship. And like, the best relationships, actually you take it out on the ones you love the most.
With her 4 supposed best friends now gone, the artist formerly known as Ginger took refuge from the media and from her own distorted self-image at her pal George Michael's house.
She had nowhere to stay, basically, and called up and asked if she could stay at my house in Saint-Tropez. And I said, fine, yeah, come stay as long as you want. And it just ended up that she just didn't go home for months.
Not a bad place to turn to, since it was only a few years ago that George himself had to shed some celebrity skin to move ahead with his career.
When I left the Spice Girls, I really didn't know what I was going to do. I wanted to be the antithesis of that. I needed to get my feet back on the ground, so to speak, take those platform shoes off and get grounded. I was absolutely frightened, but I had to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was going to, pursue this solo career business.
Geri went into the studio last fall, and the result is a new, still unnamed album due this summer that includes Look at Me, the first video and single.
Look at me, maybe next time use your eyes and look at me.
Oddly, at the time of her whirlwind 5 continents in 7 days publicity tour, only mere seconds of Geri's music were available for preview. So, time will tell. For now, she still counts on supporting fans.
We love you, Geri!
And caring friends.
Whatever she ends up doing, we know Geri, and she'll do really well.
She's going to be around.
Yeah.
Because she has just so much personality and so much drive.
And if nothing else, there's that old Ginger spark, which once again may carry her far.
It's a girl's world, a women power. Come on!
Geri Halliwell's debut single, Look at Me, will be out next month with an album to follow, and we'll be right back with something new from No Doubt.